Welcome to the 1 p.m. news on News Radio 938. I'm your host, Samuel Kwan. The 1959 Singapore general election has just ended and is such a crucial and momentous day for everyone. The 1959 Singaporean Legislative Assembly general election was a general election held in Singapore on 30th May 1959 to choose the members of the Legislative Assembly of Singapore. The election was distinctive in being the first election in which all the seats were completely determined by the population as per the new Constitution of Singapore in 1959, being a fair election. We have a journalist live at the scene. Over to you, our journalist Lee Jun Liang.
I am reporting live at the election area, and it appears that the people are casting their votes. I am going to interview a man regarding his views on the election. Hi, nice to meet you, sir. Can I have a short interview with you regarding the election now?
Sure. Nice to meet you too.
Can you tell me about your views regarding the election?
Well, I think that the election is beneficial to us. It allows us to have a choice in judging for ourselves with the group of people that is going to lead us and develop Singapore in the near future. Also, this is the first time that all the seats are chosen by the population of the entire Singapore and not by Singapore's colonial authorities.
Okay, what do you think of the parties involved in the elections?
I think that they are all fairly well qualified, each having a unique ability. Be in what area? However, there's this guy who's really caught my eye, and he is Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. The way he speaks and his speech is really charismatic, and I believe he has what it takes to build our country well.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for your time.
My pleasures, thank you.
Currently, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew of PAP has agreed to have an interview with us, letting us know more about him and his upcoming plans to develop Singapore. It is a known fact that you and your party has won the election. Can you tell me about your journey to being a politician?
All my life, I grew up in a family that has taught me moral values, and that I must grow up to serve my country. I love Singapore, and that is why I choose to be a politician and take part in this election. What I feel most importantly is that I should make a change in everyone's life, a change for the better.
How did you feel when you won the election?
I was definitely really surprised and happy about this, and to be the only one able to carry out my dreams and hopes for Singapore.
What do you think of Singapore's system and what can be improved on?
I think that there is definitely much room for improvement. Firstly, I will run a campaign against corruption to allow Singapore to be a place with law and order. And Hockley bus riot is just a good example. I think that it's also very important for Singaporeans to go through a good education, because only so they will be able to help serve the country and defend it from countries that want to invade ours.
After hearing so much from you, this will be the last and the most important question that I'm going to ask. How much are you willing to go for Singapore?
Honestly, I would say that I will give up my life for Singapore, as Singapore is my home and it has given me everything and anything that I would ever dream of, and I want to transform it into a place of my own where people can live a life without being afraid and having a good education so that they can carry out their dreams as well.
Well, I think that's all for today. Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you, a pleasure meeting you too. For today, next on will be on the secret recipe to char kway teow.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore.
Through this newscast, we would love to dedicate our thanks to the pioneers of Singapore, which have contributed tremendously with all the arduous efforts to the founding of Singapore. And we are very grateful because without all of you, the pioneers, we wouldn't have been able to receive such a good education today and have the security we have. We also wouldn't be able to live so fortunately today. Without you, we would not be here today. For that, we thank you.